Hi, this is my water heater. I bought it at Lowe's 4.5 years ago. It has 12-year warranty on the tank and on parts. And a couple months ago, it begins to make a very loud vibration noise every time the burner comes on, like this. So I called Whirlpool and they told me that the burner has a problem and it need to be replaced under warranty. But they could not send the burner to me because of some regulations. The burner can only be replaced by a plumber. Of course, Whirlpool will not pay for labor, which is $135 for 10 minutes of labor. Anyway, for me, this is a way to offer warranty, but at the end, you have nothing or you have to pay. So I decided to take it apart and see if I could fix it myself. Well, it's fixed. Has been running for a couple days with no more noise. And I'm going to take it apart once again to show you how easy it is to remove that burner and to fix the problem. I read on some channels about some kind of bracket that need to be removed or bent, and for many people that took care of the noise, but in reality the bracket is not the problem. Otherwise, Whirlpool will not be sending new burners to replace. So hold tight. I'll show you how to take it apart, and then I'm going to use some pictures that I took while I fix the burner to explain what is the real problem. Okay, those are the tools that I'm going to need. 3/4 wrench, 7/16 wrench, needle nose plier, and basically I need a 1/4-inch socket, which I use, a screwdriver that I remove, the tip. So this is 1/4. That's all the tools that I need. Okay, first of all, turn off, the water heater. I also turn off the main valve just in case. As you see now, the red light is no blinking anymore like before. It's solid. That's because the pilot went off, and I like to wait until the lights completely goes off. That means that the thermal pile cools down and it does not produce any more electricity. I don't know if that's necessary, but it makes me feel better. It takes around 2 minutes until it goes completely off. So in the meantime, and while I wait for the light to go off, I can tell you that we need to remove this shield, this protector, and right here we do have 3 cables that need to be disconnected. It's this right here, the black one. This is the igniter. Then we have this switch, this little plug white plug right here with these two cables. That is the thermopile, the one that, you know, get hot with the pilot and it produced electricity. And then this one here, which is the door switch, thermal switch, in case that it get too hot, you know, underneath your chimney got clogged or something, and it gets too hot where the burner is, then that will turn off, you know, your gas. See, you know, the status light is completely off now. It's not there. So now we start disconnecting the cables. So right here, let me see, you pull this little tab in and then you pull the cable down. See? In and down. Now, I get my needle nose, kind of grab it, pull it out. There we go. And then the igniter right here. Basically, it's very easy. You just pull it out. Okay, now we have all three cables, okay, disconnected. So now what we have left is two gas lines. The small one is for the pilot and the main line that goes to the burner. Now, with, you know, maybe you can take this little screw out and disconnect just from there. I don't know. Well, you know, I took it this way. So I got the 3/4 and put it here and loosen it up. Okay. Okay, you bend that. That's flexible, so it can be bent really easy. Then you get the 7/16 and you get right here and loosen it up once again. Be careful with this line. It's just aluminum, so try not to bend it too much. Okay, now that's it. So now I got my long screwdriver and let me get a flashlight. Right there. Right there, there is one screw that is holding the door, and right here next to there is another one, and that's it. Those are the only two ones that we need to remove. Okay, so where is the image? Okay, there it is. See, over here. Where are my fingers at? This is one. Oh. This is the other one. It's loose already. If you saw it kind of tilted to one side, I'll just get the screw so I don't lose it. And now, you know, little by little, I start pulling it back out. Okay, so here we need to be careful. Here's the gas line. And this one. Oh, on this one, you know, you can take it apart from here. I'm sorry. Yes. So I will give you a better. So once you take this one apart, then it's hard to work with only one hand. There we go. See, that's the orifice where the gas come out, and then it shoots right there, and it does, you know, some venturi effect and sucks air together with the gas. So now, you know, just, here it comes. There we go. Baby, you are out. This is the burner. Okay, for those that have read about the bracket and wants to know, Well, let me show you inside. So this is inside the burner. You see a screen right there on the bottom, and that screen is called flame arrestor screen. So air has to, you know, flow from underneath of the heater up and up the chimney. Oh my, I'm running out of battery. Okay, so that's the bracket. You know, you can bend the back. That bracket kind of push, you know, or hold. But the burner kind of sits on that lower part, and it's kind of being pushed back by the two wings of that bracket. Other than that, it's just an empty space, and the chimney is way up there. That's where the heat goes. Okay, let's try it. Sorry if you see some distortion on the picture, but you know, I'm filming the screen of my computer monitor. So this is the burner, you know, a couple days ago on the back of my truck. And as you see, the burner is, you know, it's a rectangular box that it has, you know, a very fine stainless steel screen on top. And the screen has, you know, some forming on it. Okay. The other thing is, look at here. You know, this is, you know, where the gas and the air goes in, and this pipe, it has, you know, a welding point right here, and it has another welding point over here that, you know, it holds it in place. But the pipe keeps going, you know, through it almost to the end of the box. The screen is, you know, held in place by, you know, a lip that is, you know, fold over and clamps, you know, or holds the screen. Okay, here we see, you know, the screen remove, the shape that the screen has, and let me see, I'm sorry, and here is, you know, the lip that is holding the screen in place. Okay, so I use a screwdriver to pry it open and to remove the screen. So back to the first picture. Most of the flame happens inside the box, and if you look through that little window when the burner is on, you will see that, you know, this screen is red hot, and even, you know, the box get hot. You can see here some, you know, discoloration of the metal sheet because, you know, it gets so hot when the flame is on. Okay, inside the box, and after I remove the screen, you can see, you know, all this, you know, piece of metal that is kind of fold over, you know, the pipe that I said that it kind of goes all the way to the end. This is a diffuser, a gas diffuser. So the gas and the air mix gets out of here, hits, you know, the back wall, and it kind of, you know, turns around, so it kind of, you know, burns inside the box. This is the metal sheet that vibrates when it's getting hot. When the burner comes on, you know, this metal, as it heat up, you know, it vibrates. What happens is that with times and with the heat, this wall and this wall that is against that bracket that, you know, we talk, is deformed and pushed inwards. You know, both ends, you know, they kind of get pushed in. And what happened is, as the walls are pushed in, now the metal start rubbing or vibrating and rubbing against the front and the back wall. So you see here some, you know, marks from rubbing. And on the other end, hold on, let me see it. On the back end, it's a little harder to see, but right here, you know, there is a mark that the metal sheet was rubbing. So apparently, you know, because of the back bracket, it's like a spring pushing in, and on the other side you have, you know, the door with the two screws that it pushes, you know, in. If you bend the bracket, you take away pressure from the back of the, like I said, you know, the bracket kind of push from the back, you know, out, and this door kind of push this way, so it kind of, you know, cramps, you know, the two walls. So if you bend the bracket, you know, and the bracket don't put pressure here, apparently it fixes. You know, it doesn't make the noise anymore because it gives just a little more room, and that metal sheet inside vibrates, you know, without producing noise. What I did is basically I use Dremel cutting wheel, and so I cut a little film, a little piece. You can see right here, I couldn't get all the way, but I cut a little piece all the way here, okay, of metal to give it some room. I also, you know, I use a plier, and I kind of bent the things outward to give it a little more room. And that's how, you know, I fixed the problem. You know, this diffuser cannot be removed because it's held in place by what it looks to me rivets, some kind of rivet, you know. So unless you grind it, but then I will not know how to put it back. So basically, you know, it would be nice to take it out, but I couldn't do it. So all those, you know, green dots that I see on the screen are because of condensation drops that, you know, comes down after the fire exhausts, or something like that. So, you know, I did use a steel brush to clean it out, and I washed the screen to make sure that it was fully open. So guys, now you know what the problem is. I think the easy solution is just to bend that bracket back, you know, and take some pressure from the back of the burner. If that doesn't, you know, take care of the problem, or if the problems, you know, comes back down the road, you know, open it up, and just, you know, use fine a narrow file can also be used to, you know, file, you know, the diffuser a little bit smaller. Okay, and that's it. So you will save yourself, you know, a lot of money. Thank you for watching.